Good morning, I'm Mackenzie Mullane.
I'm Ethan Boudreau.
I'm Connor Johnson.
I'm Julian Torres.
And I'm Sarah Holditch. This is a video of Orlando's development from 1986 to present day. This is a video showing the urban sprawl that has been happening. Our group was given the question, to what extent can investment and innovation in the Lake Nona, Florida area transform the issue of urban sprawl over the next 25 years? Our solution that our group came up with was investment in medical research, technology, and futuristic development will address the issue of urban sprawl in Lake Nona, Florida over the next 25 years by creating a healthy city for its inhabitants, infrastructure, and environment. One of the solutions that we had come up with in the beginning were investments in eco-friendly inventions. For example, vertical forests. Vertical forests are residential towers that contain more than 900 trees on an 8,900 square meter terrace. This will create biodiversity in the Lake Nona, Florida area, and it will also provide more land for urban sprawl while still having just as many plants. This will also create cleaner air in the city, and it will also absorb dust from the air, so pollution will not be a problem. Some downsides, though, will be cost. These can range from very expensive to very cheap depending on the sizes of the buildings that you have. And another downside will be irrigation. The irrigation may break and it could cause problems for keeping the plants alive.
The support of political figures and policymakers can aid in the passing of laws designed to help Lake Nona with urban sprawl. As you can see from the graph, we exponentially grow a total of 1,365% all the way up to the year 2000. And Jeb Bush, former governor, announced plans to create large biomedical companies alongside the Tavistock Group, which Connor will talk about. Announced plans to create a ginormous medical city in the area of Lake Nona. This causes a political restraint on some cities and natural growth, including the portion by 528 in Narcoossee. You cannot build anything by the airport. And also negative could be politicians could cause corruption, in which many years could leave us in a future big hole.
Another possible solution is investing money into the medical city, and this will attract individuals of higher education as more employment opens in their field. The Tavistock Group has already started this process by giving land and money to attract biomedical facilities to Orlando. And this economic investment in the medical city will attract these higher paying jobs. As you can see from this workforce graph of Lake Nona, about 80% of jobs in Lake Nona are white-collar jobs compared to only 20% that are blue-collar jobs. And those white-collar jobs are the higher-paying jobs that I'm talking about. A positive of this solution is this higher-skilled pool of people will result in more advanced technologies being developed, and a negative of this solution is it is only focusing on a single group of people and is not beneficial to the entire population of Lake Nona. It also does not address all of the problems caused from urban sprawl.
Now, investing money into technology and technological research can benefit urban sprawl by creating projects such as the WIT project, which stands for Wellness, Health, Innovation, and Technology, as seen here. Now, there are many technologies that can come from this, such as the interactive island in the kitchen and GE appliances. There's more such as the vitamin C shower, the simulation of the sunrise, there's greenhouses, and etc. Now, the WIT project is it's cheaper than the standard home, and but a downside to investing technology is that it could take blue-collar jobs away and it could also take away the lower paying white collar jobs away, leaving people without incomes. But it's also not a complete downside because this could make blue collar jobs safer and make white collar jobs more efficient.
So overall, our final solution, stated again, is investment in medical research, technology, and futuristic development will address the issue of urban sprawl by creating a city healthy for its inhabitants, infrastructure, and environment. Now, this final solution includes a lot of the aspects that we talked about before, like the environment, economics, and technology. And we thought it would be best to focus on such an all-encompassing solution because you can't fully address the issue of urban sprawl without addressing the main problems that it causes. Now, the only downside to this is it's a lot to accomplish in a short span of time, and even though the cost of funding is very high to begin with, overall through technology and the environment, it does pay off economically as well as when you look about the health of the residents and the environment itself. With the solution, some examples are we already have the smart toilet, which is the integration of both medicine and technology, and it can detect UTI infections. Another possible example is the transit elevated bus, which is a prototype created in Beijing, China. And we all know that in Lake Nona we have a lot of traffic issues, especially during rush hour. So this is a cool invention that it will be able to be elevated kind of transportations, which would be a cool and good thing to have here. Also, as what Sarah said, vertical forests are a very futuristic development that could help in the economy and environment. So overall, we want to think about the bigger picture. Well, Lake Nona has a better establishment for creating a technological city. This is it in present day, and this is what it could be. Because we don't want Lake Nona just to be a medical city, we want Lake Nona to be a model city for all those who suffer from urban sprawl. Now, what questions do you have?
All right, cool. We'll start with Connor and work our way across. Connor, what's the strongest counter-argument to your solution that your team identified?
The strongest counter-argument we identified would be the cost for all of our plans, because even though you're investing money into technology, it doesn't always mean that the technology being developed will pan out. So that could be wasted money that will not benefit towards our solution.
All right, thank you. Sarah? Describe an argument from one of your peers' individual reports that made you think differently about your team's solution.
What made me think differently about my team's solution was Mackenzie's argument. We were focusing more on what we already had and not really what could happen with our investments and our solutions. So instead of looking at what's here already and how we can improve that, she was able to help me understand that there are things possible that aren't made yet that no one's thought of.
Thank you. Mackenzie, in the future, what change could you make to your group norms, and how would you expect those changes to help with your team presentation?
Okay, one change that we make is try and maybe meet up more oftenly and for a longer amount of time, because we met up a few times after school, but I feel like having more practice and just discussing as a group would benefit us by letting us have more exposure to our content.
Okay. Ethan. Having finished your project now, what, if anything, do you consider to be a gap in your team's research?
Well, a gap that we had was, well, personally, I felt like that I could have done more research to help our team's overall solution. That's pretty much it.
Julian, in what ways did you improve your ability to work with a group as a result of this project?
For me, when I do projects, I like to do them individually, or if anything, I'll go the paper route, because sometimes I get shy. But how they made me feel when we started working together, I didn't feel like if I made a mistake, they would correct me. They wouldn't judge me, or they wouldn't make me feel like I was incompetent.
All right, thank you. It's over for you.